Before you start, please tell me the main thing to work on. I feel like you're too passive. I don't know if you was scared to like. I feel like you was in a turtle shell for too long. Like you have to open up more. Like you wasn't really throwing straights. It's like once I whiff punished you, like maybe once or twice, you just took it out of your arsenal. You can't allow one or two misspace straights to like stop you from using that button or that special. Like once you win defense, you win full defense. Like you gotta stick to your guns and play. But besides that, you did good. You I just felt like you didn't really fight like talking about it. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I had to get the shades right for the YouTube mode. I couldn't have them looking foggy and whatnot. Alright, so this video, it ain't gonna be a long intro. I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Somebody, you said hot Brett? Look, bro, my bread ain't that hot because it managed to clean them off, alright? You can actually see me through them. It ain't that bad, alright? I brushed my teeth with Colgate Advanced, alright? Anywho, getting back to my lessons, alright? Somebody reached out to me on YouTube and they put in my comments to ask me to talk about something. So shout out to that young whippersnapper. Once I show the comment, I'm going to say his name and I'm going to thank this brother for giving me this idea. So let's go ahead and get straight to the case. Alright, so the video that I did was how to break your opponent's defense. Now, if y'all haven't checked this video out, please feel free to check it out because in this video, I basically show y'all how to get through your opponent and how to open them up for bigger damage like crushes, so on and so on. One of my young whippersnappers said, Nightmare, could you go more in depth on staggers? Okay, and I seen this comment. It was 8 hours ago, but you know me, I'm busy sometimes, so let me go ahead and leave a like and a thumbs up on that and be like, sure, brother. I got you. Stay tuned. Alright. So, if you watching this video, my dude, I appreciate you for giving me this idea. And I'm about to cover this topic for Mr. Martingen. Mr. Martingen Russian. Apologize if I said your name wrong, but this video is for you. Alright. So, let's get into it. We're going to demonstrate on a 3-frame character, and I'm going to choose Akuma for the sake of the video. First things first, and definition of what stagger actually means, right? Staggering is when you basically reset the pressure, the distance, right? Because as we all know, with each button that you hit your opponent with, there's pushback. Lights being the least pushback, mediums being the medium pushback, and heavies being the furthest, right? So if you hit your opponent with a plus button and you decide to walk up, you have basically now commenced with a stagger. Let's backtrack a little bit. What does stagger mean? Staggering means you are taking advantage of the plus frames on a button to reset the pressure to try and catch your opponent hitting a button. When you stagger, you're trying to see when they're teching, when they're trying to delay jab, like when they're trying to do something. So basically this is a form of gathering information on what your opponent is trying to do on defense. Say I hit my opponent with a roundhouse. Look at that pushback, right? I decide to take advantage of those plus frames, get closer, and then hit with a medium, right? Alright, so throw. If I jab him, he throws right away. So to increase the amount of time where they decide to throw is the replay intervals. So I'm gonna bump this up to at least 15 for starters. And then for the next example, I'm gonna do 20. Right? So now we have a slight delay on when the character actually techs. So this is where stagger comes into play very good at. Because when you hit a button and you're doing a frame trap, right? If opponent is delay teching, they'll be stuck in a true block string because the time that they're teching hasn't activated yet. With staggering, you're trying to figure out when they're teching. When are they trying to do something? You're gathering information on when you'll catch that counter hit or when you'll catch that crush. So longer the delay, the bigger the stagger. But y'all may ask, Nightmare, how do you know when your opponent is teching or trying to do something? The answer to that question? I don't know. With each guess that I commence with, that is me taking a chance to see what works. Every time I knock somebody down, I don't know when something is gonna work. It's me taking a guess to seeing if it's gonna work or not. If I knock them down with that and then wake up with a throw, I don't know if they're gonna tech. I don't know if I decide to hit them with a button, will they actually get hit by it? It's all a guess. It's me taking a chance, hoping that they don't DP. So now since we done figured out when they're gonna stagger at a 15 frame interval, my bad, I mess up a lot of words, I apologize. Let's try and figure out when they tech off a 20 interval. Right? So if they don't bite for the hit, that's not bad. Never feel bad if they don't get hit, right? Anytime they don't get hit, just think about the fact that you just got closer to them and you're still plus. You always want to stagger with plus buttons. If you stagger with a safe button, then you better hope the opponent doesn't know that that button is actually safe. Because if I decide to stagger with low forward, they have the right to take their turn back, basically. So always stagger with a plus button. So if I stagger with jabs, if I stagger with mediums, you know, you're just looking for the option that's going to work. So let's say there's no interval, right? That means they're teching right away. So with this, really and truly, you don't even have to stagger. If they teching right away, you don't have to stagger. If they grab you and you try to stagger, that means you stagger too much, right? So that's the key to staggering, but staggering isn't the end all be all, right? In order for the stagger to get stopped, the opponent has to 3-frame at the right time. If your opponent jabs you while you're staggering, that means they're jabbing right away, right? If you get hit the moment you move forward, you could say they're mashing, but maybe they're not mashing. Maybe they caught on to the fact that you're trying to stagger them and they're challenging the stagger before you can even get started. So people say it's mashing, but really and truly, the opponent can be catching on to your player habits and defending correctly. But people like to quote unquote say that it's mashing. Really and truly, it's not. If they're jabbing right away, that means you need to be frame trapping right away. Quick video, quick heads up. I don't want to talk y'all heads off, but pretty much an overall summary of the video. Staggering means you're taking advantage of the plus frames on your normal. You're resetting the distance that is created with the pushback on each normal, with light being the lowest, with medium being medium, and heavy being the furthest. If a button is plus, you take advantage, you reset the distance with a walk up, and then you stagger with a button that's plus. I wouldn't recommend staggering with a safe button or a punishable button. It makes no sense. You stagger with a plus button, and you're basically fishing to see when your opponent is trying to do something. So quick heads up, like I said, starting pressure, trying to do pressure is all a guess. Like, there's no definite answer. You're trying to figure out your opponent, right? If you knew the definite answer for everything, then the game would be way easier. Plus buttons is what you want to do. I feel like the best way to practice staggers is with the throw. It's the same concept, right? Between throw and jab, because if you're fishing for something, it's either they're delayed jabbing or delayed teching. So if you practice it on delayed throw, it won't make too much of a difference, right? Because if you actually get jabbed, that means they're contesting your stagger before you even get started. So yeah, y'all, hopefully that video was found helpful. Like I said in all my other videos, if you're enjoying the content, please feel free to hit the subscribe button to get notified every time I post a video. I upload 5 times a week. You won't miss a beat. The road to 5K is almost complete. Y'all already know I can't get that without the help of y'all. Stay tuned for the next one.